Well, this is going to be part 2, and I think I've got some of it finished ahead of time, but the object here is text needs to really have a good workout here. For example, right off the bat, this needs to be moved towards the top. And then we're going to still need to have 2 verses added if it works out correctly. And I'm not sure. Wait a second. Well, because that was the last thing I was working on here. The ones in gray are solid, okay? They're done, and I don't need to highlight the text or make it or change the text sizing. Excuse me for a second. Didn't want to rub my nose in front of you there, because this needs to be added here. Something just it needs to be added, so I might be moving this above, okay? Because if this is going to start it out, then, because if you've seen Obadiah, it actually started out with words that said something like this, and then it went into the text. So maybe this is being added later. Anyways, and here we're left with just like who is he talking to from here, because all of a sudden it's where's the people that he's talking to. And this is the text I just added, move down. I mentioned that last time. Needs to be moved down at the bottom. Okay, let me move it now down to the bottom. And I'm just going to move it down here, and it might move up, but I want to move it there to begin with. And now that's out of the way. See, it says the people showed reverence for YV. Okay, this is the one. Haggai spoke to the people, saying, I am with you, declares YV. Then I would have, for YV heard these people saying, this is not time to come to build. Okay, so I'm going to take this text. Or did I just... this text here, and I'm going to move up. Now these might catch up, the other two might catch up, but I just know that this needs to be done first. And it's got to go someplace in here. Now see, this is where I was going to say that the words are missing to gather the people. It would have been our people, or spoke to. So there would have to be something has to be added above it. And if we're doing 2 at a time here, or 4, then it has to be 2. Okay, declares I am with you. And I would say that this needs to be, and I heard these people saying, Now you know the story, so that's, I heard these people saying, for the time has not yet come for the house for me to be rebuilt. To be rebuilt. Okay, now that pretty much ties those. I'm just looking and trying to remember what I'm trying to miss or what I'm thinking should be here or here. It's it's a puzzle now, because if we move the pieces around, it'll make us a better, truer story. Because we know the text at the end all of a sudden just fell apart. Now we know this, what a prophet does, so we can actually get rid of those words. And everyone returning to our land and the remnant of our people, you are to work on my house. Not they. You are to work. Well, because I didn't know what that text was. So this I added, this needs to be done. And everyone returning to our land and the remnant of our people, and you are to work on the house for meeting with me. And this way I don't need these. And this needs to be moved up. And it would have to go right in here. But if I take all this stuff out, it might just fall in there, but I'm going to do it anyway, just to make sense to up. Well, let me see. This text. Move up. And just see how it reads here. Okay, and I'm going to get rid of that. And they can go back through the video and see when I move that. See, here's this one here. These words look like they go to here, okay? And this here looks like it needs to be said move down. Not there, but our spirits. If you were there at that time, you'd be writing our spirits. Strengthen our not spirits, our hope. Our will. Will is better. They were told to go build. They were all happy when they come down. and then the governor come over and put a stop to it. So what this does is it's telling me that I got something missing here. And then it goes with this. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just copy this first part over and get rid of that text that I'm finally saying, okay, let's get rid of that. And I'm going to place it here just so I can read it and get a real good idea what's going on here. And then this I get rid of, and this I get rid of, and I got to drop it down behind under that break line. I've got the pages set at 22 inches, so I don't have to do this all the time. And I want to move that up, maybe. Okay. In the second year of Darius our king in Babylon, on the first day of the 6th month, the prophecy from YV, I want to say came from. Now the only thing is I can't say this is added. I got a good memory because I'm doing this all today. Let's go all the way up to the top. I bet you I got rid of it. Yep, I got rid of it in here. So let me put it back to the original word, and then I did good by putting it back in, but I remembered it was there. It's not that I added it. Okay. A prophecy from YV came from prophet Haggai. Yeah, I don't know if there's stuff missing here. Like this. And then this goes to here. And then it gets cut. No, I'm not seeing it. That's this is the title. This is the title. That's the way it is. So this is in question. And to put that in question, I'm doing that because it's either out or something's wrong with it. This would have to be our leader. And then it would be so I'm going to have him order for people to come. So our leader from and Joshua. So sent out a report that everyone hears words from YHVH. Okay. Now, what I got to do though, first do that, then I turn this into italic because these are purely my invented words here to meet the format. Send out a report that everyone hears words from YHVH. Then Haggai spoke to our people, saying, I am with you, declares YHVH. For I heard these people saying, the time has not come for the house for me to be rebuilt. And everyone returning to, no, this has to be now. Now everyone returning to our land and the remnant of our people, you are to rebuild the house. So work on would be like this, but rebuild is the answer. You are to rebuild the house for meeting with me. Okay. Now that's we've got something there. Now we've got what's supposed to be true. Now, YHVH strengthened our will. Strengthen our will. Joshua and the people showing. This needs a verse in here. And the people and those, I'm going to put it here, those who returned and the remnant. Remnant, I think that's how it's spelled. Let's see. And that way this here isn't needed yet. And I'm just going to change this to and. To YHVH. Meaning they were grateful, they were bowing down, they were agreeing with him when he spoke at that time, that nobody was grumbling that they weren't supposed to. And we started on the 24th of the 6th month, our king, in the year for Darius our king. Okay, now that's pretty much it, and the first part doesn't need to be, but maybe there's text here that's missing. So let's see what's down in this pile here. On the 21st of the 7th month, go to Zebulun, leaders for Israel, to the remnant of the people. That could go in here. Meeting house for meeting with me, although that would mean this. It might have to be before this, but then again, this might just not needed at all. Now let's see. Now take courage. Take courage. But you are now to have courage. But now not take courage, but have courage. Oh, have courage. And then this will be down and what I'm thinking is this would all be one line then, like that. And rebuild, for I am with you. Is not that, for the promise which I made you. That's very important. This promise is Jesus. This promise is Jesus is coming to Jerusalem, and the people were, when it was destroyed, they were all wondering, is it over with, or did his mind change that we don't have any place to go to back into heaven? And this is the promise he's talking about, and the promise I made with you. So yeah, I'm going to get rid of that and. I can always put it in later. Now this, I can see this being here. He's continuing this promise from here. So this is not needed here. This is going with this text here. In fact, it might even go something like this. And this be the 4. Okay. See that? Rebuild, for I am with you, for the promise I made with you. Again in a little while. Again. Well, I guess can't spell today. Again in a little while. I'm going to shake the earth. Well, this isn't what's going to happen, though. And this is not really peace here. Okay, this is not really peace. Because we know that the Romans are going to rule and there's going to be crucifixion going on, crucifying people. But if they kept their nose cleaned, I guess they were to give peace. They weren't going to be scattered. I guess that's pretty much the intent here. Now this text here, I'm seeing that as out. Because this here, when I read it over, and the word of YHVH came to Haggai the prophet, saying, "Thus says YHVH, ask the priest for a ruling. If one who is unclean from a corpse and touches any of what? Anything, not of these, anything. Does it become, does it become unclean?" And the answer is yes. Priest answered yes. Okay, that was quick. I don't need to have this set at all. And then it keeps to the 4. See, this is just not reading right. Okay, what I need to do is I need to grab this text. I'm going to grab all of it. And I'm going to, come on, where's this one? Paste it here. It's going to be smaller so I can see what's going on. I'm going to try to see which one of these goes with the text up here. Now, how can these words be? I could add that text right in between there. It needs a little bit of cleaning up, but for I heard these people saying the time has not come for the house for me to be rebuilt. To be rebuilt. And the remnant of the people who say, ask, who is left among you? So I better make that green. Then the remnant of the people ask, who is left? The people, I ask, who is left among you, who saw my former house's glory? Now everyone returning to our land in the remnant. Now that doesn't quite read there. How about under here? It's not really going in there very well either. So I can't put that up there. So this needs to be out, done like that. I added that. And so this means this has to be out. Have courage. Okay, I think if I put the rebuilt here part, this would be this. It has to be move up. And this would get moved up. Yeah, sorry, I gotta make sure I do this because I'm gonna copy this stuff and take it down. Okay. Now I'm gonna get rid of it here. And let's move that out of the way here. This gets cleaned up. Okay. For meeting with you, rebuild, for I am with you. For the promise I made with you, again in a little while, I'm going to shake the earth. Okay. And this looks like this needs to be moved up as well. But I know the word ladder doesn't make my day happy here. And because the word glory wasn't I'm gonna say like this and get rid of this. Although it's got this house. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it as this house and get rid of ladder. And then go like this, put this back over here, and then get rid of that. Okay, this house will become pardon? Will become greater than the former. And in this place I will give you peace. Okay, I think we've got something here. They're actually fitting in up here. So this can all be done like this. And whoops. Oh, this one here. Trying to figure out what else I change. And this one we don't need no more. So and since these aren't needed, none of that either. Now does that text go anywhere? I don't see. I'd like to tell them to have courage, but I think that that's just going to be gone. Yep. We'll just get rid of that text, even though if it was to be saved, it needs that. Okay. Yep, that I told you that text looked good. It was gonna move somewhere. It's gonna get moved here. And you're just gonna have to watch the video to see. Wow. Now that was the moving of the text around. And this doesn't need to be there. Our people obeyed YV, their creator. And we started on the 24th day of the 6th year, whatever. Ta-da! And all this. Okay, now what's left is right here. It's this ruling, because this can now be, whoops, yellow. But all this, so is this people, and so are these, it's not kingdom, these tribes is the right word. Well, actually, this is actually down. It's actually been said. once, don't need to say twice. See, when it's talking about offering, this person doesn't understand what an offering is. If you're thinking and reading along here with me and trying to say, what is the word offering? Offering is what the priest does. They bring their ram to be sacrificed, and then it is cut up, and then the offering is put on the altar on the hooks and then burnt. So the word offering is being used wrong here. Yeah, I'm just going to say that this here is just, there's nothing here that I can see that would actually tie it with tie it to mean what I'm thinking it should be as to mean. So I think it was that one there. But the object here is I gotta put all this stuff, because it's all cleaned up and all done. And what I'm going to do is, I guess I worked on it from like this here point. This will all go down here. And the move up will be seen here. So, let me see, let me just make them red. But I think we got it. I think I got it. I think I got it. I think we have text. We've got this. And check it out. A restored message. Words in order. And then this needs to be no, that's okay. I was thinking, how come I'm thinking this text is being moved? And this text has to be moved down. Or to make all this stuff small. And this will go here. And then put this up here like this. Yeah, I know it's all scattered, but you have to watch the video. Okay, now let me clean this up. I don't know about you, but I like this one. I do. I mean, it was a struggle to get there, but we do have the text and the story. And I think we have the truth of the story as well. I mean, I had to, oh, this here. Now, let me see, because down here, yeah, I'm going to remove this here. I'm going to remove this. And then, because that would have been the starting problem, that would have been like, to continue the story from above, that would have been the date that they would have come. And then this is the actual, what Haggai done. I don't like that idea as much when I'm thinking about it, because this might have been, no, first day of the 6th month. 24th day of the 6th month. No, this can't be true. the messages just can't come back and forth that fast from, because the story goes that when they started building, you knew there was going to be noise, the hustle and bustle, people traveling around. All of a sudden, the governor over on the other side of the river, east of the river, he comes over and he tells them to stop because I have the authority to tell you stop, and I'm going to send a message up to King Denarius. Now, King Denarius, see, this isn't true neither down here. This has to be Cyrus. This has to be Cyrus. I think that's how it's spelled. I think that's his name. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to underline it because I think that's the last change that needs. Because what I'm telling you is the story is that that king, like I told you, didn't live very long. I don't know what happened to him, but I just know that in the middle of the message going up to Denarius, and then Denarius wouldn't have stopped it. See, what happened was that the report, when it went up, he was killed or dead. Next king got in, big deal, okay, get a quick number on it, find out what's going on. Because what they did was just said that this is the start of all the trouble down in this area that you had a problem with. And he checked the records only for that. And that's why Cyrus says to stop doing what you're doing. That took place. Then it was, I believe it was Daniel, because the way I know the story, he's the one that sent back a long message and probably wrote it in the language that they could understand because he was skilled. He could write and he knew all. Anyways, he sent the story up there and probably told him the whole story of what happened to Nebuchadnezzar, and then what happened to him with Denarius, and then ta-da, they come down here to build. And then while that message was coming back, that's when our Creator told him to build anyway, to continue to build somewhere in between Daniel sending it back and then starting somewhere in here. It's not all that clear, but that is the text. That is the text. Let me see here. And can finally get rid of that. Okay, now we have the story where the anyways, almost 2 hours, almost another hour here, 48 minutes. But I got the answer, and I'm pretty sure if you listen to me and go search out the text, you're going to find a lot of what I'm saying is true. And then when you start to see how they got 2 Denariuses, I think they got 2 Cyruses as well, this is what you're going to find out. So anyway, moved a lot of text around. I'm just reading it here for the last time. Here's the words from YHVH that Haggai spoke to our people, saying, I am with you, declares YHVH, for I heard these people saying, time has not come for the house for me to be rebuilt. Now everyone returning to our land, remember people, you are to rebuild the house for meeting with me. Rebuild it, for I am with you, for the promise I made with you. While in a little while, I'm going to shake the earth. This house will become greater than the former, and in this place I will give you peace. YHVH strengthened our will, and those who returned, and the remnant Joshua, and those who return, and the remnant shall purpose to YV. Then son from Joshua, and all the remnant of our people obeyed our Creator. I've got to put it in first person at all times. And we started on the 24th day of the 6th month in the 2nd year. That's done. That's keeper. That's the truth of this. That. Boy, did they put a lot of garbage into that one. But it's out and we're having fun. I hope you are having fun anyway. I'm sure that, because I'm not sure, I only think I got 4 followers right now, and I don't think they're reading all these. But the object is sooner or later, they will be checking this out in the years to come.